fine, and I think the weather has just been so unpredictable,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just bringing the different shades out of me. Every day I wake up in a different mood,
Yeah.
and I have to keep reminding myself that, it's week and I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I hope the weather is not depressing on the day, so it keeps our energies high.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
but that's
bless.
about it.
Yeah. Okay. So, with it being the run up to the finals this week, I'm kind of like, what are the girls doing? We want to know you guys more. And when I put it out to Pageant Land, they were like, would really love to get to know some of the finalists if they're able to. And I'm so glad that you said yes, because it means that we get to know you a little bit more. So tell us about you, Radhika. Because is this your first pageant or have you competed before?
I have competed before in I would say smaller pageants, obviously not as big as like proper national level.
Mm-hmm.
And pageantry was always on my list as something that I really wanted to accomplish. But um, there were so many other things that hit the priority before
Yeah.
my education. There were some things that I was really extremely passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to advocate that, you need to have the knowledge, you need
Yeah.
to cater yourself with all the whole package that you need to be able to talk about it, because
Yeah.
people are going to turn around and ask you, what have you done?
Yeah.
You talk about changing the world, and you talk about making women more confident and empower them, but then they turn around and they want to know more about you. So I really wanted to get that sorted for myself
Yeah.
and my mom. My mom had a lot of dreams for me. Um, I I'm the only child, I'm the only
Oh.
grandchild. So there's like so many expectations that I had to meet first before I
Yeah.
start pursuing my dream.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so now I'm at it. And I'm currently also pursuing my PhD. I'm doing in public health.
Oh.
So, but for this pageant, I've had to take a year gap. I
Yeah.
only decided that last month. There was a lot of submissions, and we had to also decide on our final year project. And I knew that I couldn't be, doing that and then this. And I wanted to give it my best. This is my
Yes.
last shot. I'm 27. So I
Fingers
wanted
crossed
to
then.
give it my all. They're gonna see Radhika with 100% on it.
This is like the be all and end all in the
Yeah.
age category, which leads me to a question that I can ask you, because what do you think about competing ages being capped at so young? Because with a lot of, I know I think it's Miss International that's up the age to 28, but I need to clarify that. But a lot of pageants have cutting off ages at 26, 27. What's your opinion about that? Because I feel like we're still young at those ages.
I know, you know what? This is such a controversial question, because I have a very strong opinion on age. I definitely don't think that age should be capped,
Mhm.
but I do understand in the professional aspect of why they thought that it would be better to do it that way. Also, because we are so many in the world.
Mhm.
Imagine if they didn't have certain requirements, how many applications they would be dealing with. So I get it. And there are expectations and requirements for every job. So it's okay. But for pageants, I truly believe that it would have been nice if the ages weren't capped. For a
Mhm.
person like me, the kind of background that I have come from, it takes time for me to convince people to
Yeah.
open up to certain jobs and certain roles, especially pageantry, because it's always been so controversial. And I'm originally from India,
Yeah.
and women in India, I think it just happened that they did the pageant, and then they got into movies, they got into
Yeah.
films, and so then the expectation was that, oh, Radhika wants to get into pageants because she wants to get into movies.
Uh, mhm.
And I was like, no, 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 that's not what I want to do. So it takes time for me to convince my family, my relatives, my local community to know that that's not the reason why I want to get into
Hmm.
pageantry. There are some bigger, more serious issues out there that I
Hmm.
really want to address and let people know about it. So yeah, and age is definitely restricting that for me, because I just about last year managed to convince my family to really be open-minded and be proud that I want to participate in this. And they're shown their 100% support towards it. But now I feel like I only have one chance.
Yeah,
Whereas other, I'm so sorry about this. My kittens are like running around.
it's okay.
And my mom is at work, so no one's here to help me out with them. So
It's
kind of like,
okay.
yeah, if I lock them in the room, they are going to make so much noise that we wouldn't have been able to do this. So they rather be quiet, run around, and occasionally make
Yeah.
certain
It,
sounds. Yeah.
honestly, don't worry about it.
Back to what I was saying, I feel like if only I had like maybe, you know, a few more years to think that I have more chance and I have more of a platform to voice myself and the
Mhm.
advocacies that I have, I would have been much more positive about this entire thing. Now I'm just like stressing. I'm like, there's so much to do. There's, the dress, this, that, and I'm like running around and yeah,
But I
yeah,
feel
I
like
can't,
at this
I can't explain. I can't contain my excitement, basically.
But I feel like at the same time, sometimes you only need that one chance, that one opportunity to get to the end goal. So this could be your year. You never know. You might have only needed one chance. But what are your advocacies? What is your platform?
Well, when I was young, I basically have had a very tough childhood, and
Mhm.
I'm not ashamed to accept that. Not many children have a normal childhood, and that's okay. Initially, for some reason, I was always like open-minded, and I had very strong opinions. Even at the age of 5, if someone asked me what I wanted to do, or if they asked me whether I liked them, oh my God, they would have an honest answer, and that was not appreciated
Mhm.
because I was a girl.
Yeah,
If I was a boy, I think they
you'll be
would just laugh it
assertive.
off or yeah. So there was this gender bias that I came across at a very young age. There was the community's pressure that, oh, you're a girl, you have to get married. You think about,
Hmm.
and even the choice of career. I remember certain people, I don't want to name them and get in like so much trouble, but they said, I really wanted to pursue medicine. And I remember so many people, in fact, so many professional lecturers and university people told me that, oh, you're Indian, aren't you? Maybe you should not think about medicine because you're going to do 5 years and then there's going to be internship and then there's going to be, another 4 years of whatever you want to specialize in. And then finally you're going to get into practice. And when are you going to fit your marriage and kids? And I didn't want to say anything to them, but I just thought to myself that if I want a dream that, that's really for myself and I'm so serious and passionate about it, and someone is giving me this advice, they are saying it for my goodness and whatever they, as I value that advice,
Hmm.
but I just wish that they didn't bring out this thing about marriage and kids and
Hmm.
all the stereotypes. But can I blame them? That's the question. And only if we speak more about it, only if we come out and if people like me really talk about what kind of trouble I had to go through and make it normal.
Hmm.
I could be 27, I'm not married. I know most of my friends are. They have one child, two
Yeah.
children, but I'm not. And
Hmm.
that's not my ambition in life. My ambition in life is something very different. And I want to encourage girls like me who
Hmm.
want a professional career, who want to have other things in
Yeah.
mind, to really give them a platform and motivate them and make them meet the right people
Yeah.
to make them achieve their dream. That's sort of the pathway that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I have met so many young girls, they ask me whether I have a boyfriend and whether
Hmm.
I'm married, and I'm like, no, don't ask me that question. Ask me what I'm doing. Ask me what my degree is in. Ask me
What
about
is
my
your degree in?
God, I've done so much. Basically, I have a degree in forensic and medical sciences.
Hmm.
And then I further studied with forensic science with human biology.
Yeah.
I changed in between
Okay.
because I just thought that the medical sciences wasn't as focused in human biology, and so I changed. I changed my university as well.
Yeah.
And
And
here's
then what did you do your master's in? Aw.
I actually didn't do my master's. I straight got into this doctorate program.
Okay.
Yeah, I have so much experience in community work, and so my personal statement was like never ending. And I think that they just thought that, yeah, let's just give her this because, just let her do this as well. I think she can manage, sort of thing. So yeah, I got into that
That's
program straight
amazing.
away. And now I'm really hoping that I finish my doctorate and I'm able to um, sort of combine my education,
Hmm.
my community work into making a network of, businesses and professional people that really want to get involved. So I'm able to create the platform for young girls and single mothers to sort of build their career and,
Hmm.
those who want to be independent. I'm not here to say that, girls have to be independent
Yeah.
because some girls don't want to be.
Yeah.
They
It's a
have
choice.
Yeah, it's your choice. I want them to have access
Yeah.
to the information, to the advice, to whatever choice they make.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
goal,
amazing, and that's an amazing
ultimately.
platform, and I think it's something that's worthy to pursue and to show people that you can be career oriented. It doesn't have to be about relationships and marriage and kids,
Absolutely.
but at the same time, there's nothing wrong if that is what you're aspiring for, and if that's what you want to do, then go ahead. And I think that's the definition of feminism in its entirety, is that you get given choices and you get given opportunities to pursue what you want. So I think it's so worthwhile for you to do that and for you to advocate for it. But what made you pick for Miss Universe? Because there's an array of pageants that you could have picked for. You could have gone for Miss World, Miss International, Galaxy, Miss European Miss, International Junior Miss. There's an array of pageants that you could have gone for. But what made you say, I want to pursue Miss Universe in Great Britain, and if I get the chance, I want to pursue Miss Universe? What was it for you about this pageant and this pathway that clicked?
I think Miss Universe is one of the biggest pageants um, around us at
Yeah,
the
it
moment.
is.
And there is no hiding about it. I don't want to offend any other pageants because I
Yes.
watch them all. And I feel like each of the pageants are just, the more pageants we have, the more platforms we're
Yeah.
creating for women to enter, because we already have discovered the fact that there is age that is restricting you. There is,
Mhm.
so in one pageant, for one country, there's one representative.
Yeah.
But if we have like 5, 10 pageants around, then we have 10 girls
Yeah.
representing in different platforms. So I feel like the more pageants we have, the better
Mhm.
for our community and for all the nations, in fact. But Miss Universe, because that was the first pageant that I saw when I was young.
Aw.
I, it's so emotional because I used to see my mom like stuck to the TV. She'll be like watching the pageants, and I used to see these women walking on stage. And when I was like 4 years old, I was like, why is this so interesting to you? And she would be like, no, no, look, watch. Oh, how she's walking. And she would like, get me interested. And it just didn't work.
Mhm.
But the fact that my mom was giving attention to women on stage
Mhm.
wearing heels and wearing all those pretty dresses
Yeah.
got to me. I was like, I
I
want to
want to
do
do
something like
that.
that.
Yeah.
My mom, when Shishmita Sen won for India,
Mhm.
I remember my mom still can't stop talking about her performance. She and Lara Datta, I think, are my mom's favorite.
Mhm.
For me, I have like so many more favorites, but for my mom, those two she can never stop talking about. And I really wanted to be that person that my mom talks about in future.
Oh,
You know, it's just something that you want to do to make your parents super proud. So
yeah.
I can't explain that feeling and I can't explain what it is that really drags me towards Miss Universe. But also not to say that we've really had incredible women win Miss Universe.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of work that they've done, the kind of reach that they have.
Yeah.
You know, Miss Universe has so many sponsors. They are able to accomplish so many projects in less time. In 1 year, you know, the girl travels all around the world. And that is something that I really want to see myself doing as well. You
Yeah.
know, I won't have that much time. If I win, I won't have that much time. I only have 1 year. And I can sacrifice my job, my degree, and everything for that 1 year. But I also need um, you know, the opportunities given by the organization to me, and I think Miss Universe does that really right. So yeah, that's my other reason as well.
So this leads perfectly into the next question, and at this moment in time I'm just like, I'm going to get this question out of the way quickly so that you guys don't have build anxiety around it. But why should you win Miss Universe Great Britain?
um you know, the reason why I really want to win is because when I came to this country first, oh, just to let you know, I was born in India and
Yeah.
I moved to UK at
Yeah.
the age of 13. I really did not find any, or maybe it's so controversial to say that, but I actually
It's your
did not
truth,
find
so
role
speak
model.
your truth.
Yeah, like I did not find anyone to look up to and to say that, oh, this person is from India and you know they're here in Great Britain. I really didn't have that. I really wanted someone like me to represent us
Yeah.
in this country, because we have, you know, so many people go through racism, bullying, and you can't completely prevent that because it's
It's
difficult.
society. Yeah.
How do you? How do you? You can only um, uh, change your perspective on how you see things. I was bullied in school, but I don't time of my life. I really don't. I feel like I was bullied, but then I used to laugh it off as well. I tried to just brush it off. I didn't want to hold a grudge, but that was me. And I know some other people, they have really seriously been scarred by such
Yeah.
experiences. So I want to be uh out there so I can talk about this. I can talk to people like me. I can talk to kids like me who are going through, who have moved from, you know, countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Poland, Russia. We have so much diversity in UK, and I don't think that's very well represented in media and in pageants. And I feel that it's really time that someone takes over like that, so people find it more relatable as well. And unfortunately, Great Britain is not as much of a pageant, you know, like countries like
They're
Philippines.
not supported by the community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I find it so painful. You know, I was so proud that I got selected as a finalist. And I went around saying, "Oh, I'm also the finalist of Miss Universe Great Britain 2020." They were like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was taken aback, but I obviously have to not show that to them. But yeah, it was so painful that someone doesn't know the national pageant that happens, and incredible women, you know, the past winners, Emma, and all of these girls have made so much of the difference and represented us in Miss Universe. So how people don't know about it. I really want to create awareness about pageantry, and I really want people to support the organization so we are equally able to stand, you know, with our head held high, like countries like Philippines. Why do they have so many winners? Because they have so much support
Yeah.
from their people, from the businesses, from the professional people that really want their country to, you know, be showcased on an international platform.
And
And I
that is,
feel that,
and that's
yeah,
very true. And I think this is what we as Pageant Land want to do. And I know there's also Sparkles and Rhymestone who also do this. to be advocates, to get people outside of pageantry to support the girls and to take an active interest in pageants and to be supportive and create a network. So I'm glad to hear you say that that's also something that you want to do and raise awareness for. But with 2020 being the crazy year that it has been, what has your pageant journey looked like this year, and what have you done to keep your spirits high, to keep the momentum going for Miss Universe? Because I know it was supposed to be in July, then it got postponed because of COVID restrictions, and then now it's been moved to this weekend. So what have you done just to keep your spirits open, to be raising awareness for the pageant and to communicate with the other girls?
You know, it's been so difficult and pretty much heartbreaking because, as I said, this is probably the last year I will be participating, and I didn't get the full pageant experience that every girl dreams of, getting to be on stage and, you know, to have a crowd listening to what you're saying and encouraging everyone, you know, with the claps and the applause. It really boosts your energy so much. And we are not going to get that this year. And also, like at the start, when I was confirmed as a finalist, I had so many sponsors that wanted to get involved with my dress, with my hair, with my makeup, and they kind of started pulling out. And that was upsetting for me because I didn't want the entire financial burden of the pageant to be on my mom and my, you know, salaries, because there are some other expenses that we had as well. So I really didn't know how I was going to pull it off. Honestly, I really didn't know. I did not even have a dress until like last 2 weeks. I went crazy looking for a dress and to find one that fits my budget, because I had planned everything. And I had even the kind of dress that I wanted to wear in mind as well. So I wanted to find something similar to that. And I just didn't know how this was going to happen. And so much, I just want to thank Paula so much that she actually pulled it off.
Yeah.
Like my sponsors, the people around me said, Radhika, you know, this is not going to happen. Poor thing, you know, we're telling you this, but this might not happen because it's so difficult out there. But Paula managed it, and I am so proud. And today I can say that I may not have had all the sponsors helping me out in this, but I'm actually ready for the finals. I've done it. And the fundraising aspect was difficult. Fitting around work was difficult. I was working in NHS full time. I was doing 12-hour shifts. So I couldn't fit my workout. I couldn't fit taking care of my mom or my kittens. I couldn't fit doing anything. But somehow it just all fit into place. And I think that's just been a blessing for me. I truly think that being positive really helps in life. It really does.
It really, it truly does. So what does the rest of your week, because there's only 4 days left to go till the live finals. So what does your 4 days look like in the run up to the finals?
Oh my God, I have been crazy shopping online with the interview dress. Nothing seems to fit me. Like I'm so weird. Like I'm skinny at the top and then curvy at the bottom, and like, you know, the dress is too short, and then I'm tall, and then I'm going to be wearing heels as well. So if I bend, it's going to be a disaster. So I can't seem to find an interview dress that I would want to wear, which would look decent and nice. But I'm still trying. That's something that we're still focusing on. And also, like, I'm trying to practice how I would, you know, contain my energies a little bit, because I feel like I'm gonna be pretty high on the day.
No, you need to present yourself. I feel like if you just present who you are and how you are, and just being naturally and confidently you, that will always shine, instead of trying to contain yourself. So don't contain yourself, show your excitement.
Oh my God, that's gonna drive people crazy around me. I can talk nonstop. Like,
Okay. So just a refinement.
I think you figured it out yourself. You're trying to find moments where you can squeeze the question for me. So you figured it out yourself that I can talk forever, and hopefully I make sense. But yeah, I think the full week is just planned. I just tried to fit my workout, my schedule. I have taken days off my work. Not actually, I kind of resigned my work and I've shifted to NHS Bank, which
Yeah.
is I get to choose my shifts
Yeah.
sort of thing. So I will, so there are some huge sacrifices I'm making for this pageant because I truly want to give my best. You know, time, if you have a dream and if you don't give the time to achieve that dream, it's not like you're giving your 100%.
Yeah.
So you have to give time. And for me, I knew that I could not give all the last few months for this because I was so busy doing other things, and there was so much uncertainty that we weren't sure of what was going to happen. I didn't want to spend so much money on accessories and gown and then have it not happen. So I had to be practical and, you know, sort of take care of my pocket financially as well. But yeah, now that I knew that as soon as I find out that it's happening, I will give it my best. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So the entire week is just planned off with trials, fittings, and I'm sorting my makeup out. All my friends would be like, you know, they know that I can't do makeup properly. So I had to brush up my skills on that. My hair is really long, so I have to learn styling my hair for the day because we've been told there are no hair and makeup artists allowed on the day. So you have to do everything yourself. So there's so much that I'm learning and trying to develop in terms of the appearance, because I feel that I already have the skills and the experience in the work aspect of what they need as a Miss Universe Great Britain. I just need to get my styling right and just make sure that that is also represented in a good standard.
That's amazing, and we wish you all the best of luck as you prepare for the finals. And I know that we'll be cheering you guys on as a pageant community, just cheering on the Miss Universe Great Britain finalist, because that's something that I was passionate about and wanted to bring across, is that there is a final, and Paula has done an amazing job in keeping her head above water and in giving us this perfect present to say, a pageant. It might not have been the one we expected, but at least it's something. So we're grateful for her, and we're grateful for all of you guys as well for joining us and for allowing us to question you and see how you've handled the journey in being a Miss Universe 2020 finalist. They're so adorable.
They're not even 6 months old, and I don't think anyone in my generations has had cats. So my grandparents and my mom are still figuring out how to deal with it. I've worked with animals a lot, so I kind of knew that it's very different from having dogs, but they don't. They kind of treat them like dogs, but I have to tell them that it's not the same. You know.
Yeah.
And my mom is just fascinated by the things that they do every single day. They surprise her so much. It's hilarious. I'm so glad I got them.
No, but thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to the audience for also joining us and wanting to support Radhika.
You guys, Pageant Land, honestly, you guys have given us so much positive response and support by, you know, asking to go on lives and showing more of us to people, and I'm so grateful, honestly, for really appreciating the work that Paula and we all are doing. So thank you so much.
Honestly, it's our pleasure, and we want to support the entire pageant community. It doesn't matter the system that people are competing in, is that we want to give the finalists a chance to say that, look, I know it hasn't been the greatest year, but we're all behind you guys and we all want to support you guys. So for the people that are fans of you, don't forget to vote. They can vote. What's your number?
Contestant number 5.
So contestant number 5, if you vote for her, And just vote for the finalists and support them, like their content.
Please support,
And
guys.
guys on the lives, please follow us and also and
Also,
support us. Yeah.
follow Pageant Land and make sure that you know about pageants. And if you don't, then obviously they'll tell you a lot more because they seem to know more than I do, for sure.
No, to be fair, we worked it out that because we're part of a team and we all together we have something like 49 years of experience all together. Yeah, so
No way.
so we don't know everything, but what we do know, we do like to share with you guys. So, but thank you very much for joining us, and that is the end of our interview. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.